President Obama coming to our region, visiting Newark today to announce more criminal justice reforms. We were there and we'll have a live report. Then we talked to a former inmate who now works to keep other released prisoners from going back to jail. And also the corruption trial for former Assembly Speaker Shelley Silver. It began today. Silver on trial, but many would argue so is the whole culture in Albany. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to RFL. I'm Richard French. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. President Obama continuing his push to push down the prison population and to reform the entire system altogether. He was the first sitting president, you may remember, to visit a federal prison when he went to El Reno in Oklahoma over this past summer. Well, today, he paid a visit to Newark to announce a series of proposals. And our own Dominic Carter, he was there, and he's live now in Newark, right across from where the president spoke.
And good evening to you, Richard. This President Obama, has made it clear when it comes to his legacy, he wants to reform the issue of, quote, mass incarceration, if you will, a pipeline to prison. The president here in Newark this afternoon, today, Richard, visited Integrity House. That is a well-known drug treatment center. The president of the United States was there just a while ago, and then he made it here to Rutgers University for his announcement, the Newark campus. Tonight, we spoke with New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Senator Booker,
yes.
How important was today in the president's visit?
Well, it's extraordinarily important in terms of continuing to put a spotlight on our broken criminal justice system and the potential we have as a country to begin to lower crime, save taxpayer money, and elevate human potential. He highlighted a bunch of real individuals who are benefiting from programs that are right now skeletal programs that are really just pilots about what's happening. We want to expand this and really become a country where, yes, we have public safety, number one always, where people do get punished if they do something wrong, but that there's a real chance at redemption. And to do that way, it's a cheaper way to do it, less expensive for taxpayers, and you have more productive citizens in the long run.
Senator, New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton is expressing serious concern about releasing non-violent felons.
Again, the legislation I'm working on with the president's support right now is bipartisan, has everybody from Ted Cruz and Mike Lee and the Koch brothers. There's a huge space here of bipartisan folks who can work together to get this done.
Governor, you're closely involved with Integrity House, and the president was there earlier today. That has to touch your heart. And what does it mean?
It does touch my heart because something good happens at Integrity every day, both in terms of the clients and as well as the staff. And addiction is a national scourge. I mean, particularly with the problems of opiate addiction, Vicodin, opiates, and then young people go on to dope. And this isn't just a quote-unquote urban disease. I mean, the reality is in the state of New Jersey, more young white males die from overdose than any group. And so that we need to understand that this is a New Jersey crisis. This is a national crisis. And I think what the president is speaking to is the importance of having addiction treatment. That if 70% of the people behind bars are addicts and addiction is a disease, we need to treat that disease. And I think that's what the president is talking about today, is addiction treatment, sober housing, and a job opportunity.
This president's legacy when it comes to the issue of trying to reform mass incarceration.
I think the president has done so many great things, but on this, his legacy is so proud and so honorable. For people that, the sad thing is America's 5% of the world's population, but we're 25% of the world's incarcerated population. As a percentage of population, we incarcerate more African Americans than South Africa did black Africans at the height of apartheid. We're doing something really wrong. And what the president is saying is, yeah, for the bad people that do crazy, evil things, keep them there forever. But for the 70% of people who are addicts, they need treatment, they need job opportunities, and they need a way back home.
Richard, to prove his point, the president, during his remarks a short time ago, focused on a few individuals, but one young man in particular, a local resident, in which this young man did 10 years in prison. But today, he is now employed helping the community as an emergency medical technician. We caught up with that young man. The President Obama, was referring to your situation inside. How do you feel tonight?
Right now, I still can't get over it. It's a surreal moment, like I'm on cloud nine. And maybe me sitting next to him with this loud jacket on was prompting him to do that, but whatever prompted him to do it, I'm grateful for it, and I'm just on cloud nine right now, and I can't believe it.
Tell me briefly what your situation was at the worst time before you were able to turn this around.
Well, being incarcerated for 10 years in the federal system is never a good thing. You lose friends, family, and, people just forget about you. And they, I guess it's like the out of sight, out of mind thing. But you have to be strong and put your foot down and keep walking that walk and, and just get through it. And upon your release, you have to have a game plan. You have to have a game plan and stick to it no matter, what obstacles come in your way, because there will be numerous obstacles. You just have to get over them.
And how did you turn this around?
Well, with the help of the reentry program, they helped out tremendously, helped find apartments, employment, furniture, clothes for job interviews, anything that I needed or wanted, they provided.
Richard, as the young man said himself, he was actually sitting next to the president, and we were in the room as the president acknowledged him as an example of what can happen when Americans try to turn their lives around and the assistance is there. So that is it on this issue of mass incarceration. He is also in town, President Obama, for a fundraiser. He left here about an hour ago. That fundraiser is occurring in Manhattan. That is it for now from Newark, New Jersey. I'm Dominic Carter. Richard, let's go back to you.
Thank you very much, Dominic. And on the other side of the break here, we're going to hear from the president, who was talking about how to reduce the prison population. We're going to hear from him and also from a former inmate who now helps other people in an amazing program that has cut recidivism down next to nothing here. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the other side of the break.